and welcome. Happy Thursday. Just a minute early. Better to be early than late. How is everybody doing today? I hope you've had a fabulous week so far. Today, here in southwestern Ontario, it is dull and foggy. We woke up to a very, very foggy morning, and it is still, we still have fog. So it's just one of those days. Um, Welcome. It is Marcy Denning here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I want to welcome you to my Thursday afternoon live. Give me just one moment to bring you up on my devices here. Please say hello when you join me. Let me know where you're coming from. I'd love to hear from you. Please, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell, so you don't miss any future videos from me. Give me a thumbs up and share my video to your social media. Sharing is caring, and it's how I reach more crafty friends. All right, so today we are going to be creating with the adorable Friendly Gnomes stamp set. It coordinates with the gnome dies that did carry over from the holiday catalog. And we're also going to be using the Celebration paper, Dainty Flowers. All right, so let's flip you around. Okay, so there we go. You can see outside my window. It is such a gray, dull day. Not pleasant weather at all. I hope those of you that are in other areas have a bit, nicer weather than what we've got. Hold on just a minute. I'm tightening this up. All right. So there we go. Hello, Anne. Okay, and I've got something. Something is showing. There's a shadow over here, but oh well. And it's very shadowy today because of that weather. All right, so this is the adorable card we're going to be creating. When I saw this pattern on that paper, I thought, oh my goodness, the gnome stamp set was going to be perfect for it, because it's a spring type of set with the flowers in the gnome's beards and hat. And that can be found on page, here it is, on page 40 of the mini catalog. And right here is where you find the code for the gnome dies in case you don't have it. Also, the price of the Friendly Gnomes, it's a photopolymer stamp set, is $33. The dies are $43. So that means if you were to purchase both of those, you could get something free out of the Celebration brochure, and that is where my paper today comes from. Now, this coordinates with the Dainty Flowers. What does it say? Coordinates with the Dainty Delight bundle. It's over here. I was looking here. It's over here. It coordinates with a Dainty Delight bundle that's in the mini catalog here. But I thought that this paper would look adorable with my gnome set, like I said. And you can see that this is the pattern. This is really pretty, the background. But this is the paper, and that I cut down. Let me just grab the other one. So you just have to be a little careful when you are cutting. So it goes like so. And then I cut it down a little bit more. So there's 3. So there's 6 of these wreaths on your one piece of paper, as well as this gorgeous floral spray. So if you're careful when you're cutting it, you can see I cut it down to fit my card front. You can get 6 out of this one sheet of these, and then 2 here that you can use for your card fronts. Isn't that amazing? All right, let me just tuck this away. I don't want it to get wrecked. So we're just gonna pop that back into the package. So I already went ahead of time and I heat embossed my sentiment. And if you are a regular follower, you know I like to cut down my sentiments. I find that sometimes the sentiments are too big and I don't want it all in one area. So if you just take a moment to cut that down, it's going to fit on your card however you want, however you need. Hello, Anne, and hello, Jean from Oregon. Nice to have you here with me today. So we're going to take out the die that we need, that one there, and I'm just going to put it on my thing. And I've got 2 pieces of my thick basic white cardstock. All of the measurements will be found on my blog post, as well as the full list of products that I'm going to be using. So that will go live about 10 minutes-ish after I am done. Here, I like to take my video here from YouTube and insert it into my blog post so that those who come to my blog to get the directions and all that also have the video that they can watch right there as well. So I've got my 2 flowers on the inside. I'm going to set that aside. And now let's ink up our cute little girl. And because we're using Stampin' Blends, we are using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And that looks good. So we are going to just stamp her on here, giving it a moment for that ink to transfer nicely. There we have it. Cutie patootie. And I have another one in case I mess up somehow. So we're going to set this aside for the moment. We are done stamping. Right at the moment, we're done with that. So let's bring in our silicone craft sheet. And this is Rich Razzleberry, a color that I really do not use a whole lot. And my liquid glue, my adhesive of choice, as it is gives me more versatility in case I don't put it down straight, which I quite frequently do. Put it down a little crooked so I have time to adjust. All right. So what is everybody watching? Brad and I we watched the season finale last night of Willow. That was quite good. Is anybody else out there watching Willow? Do you remember the Willow movie from was that the 80s? Val Kilmer. And we have 1 episode left of The Peripheral. Excuse me, I have a frog. Frog in my throat. So this is Fresh Freesia. Now, Fresh Freesia, that is one of the 2021-2023 in colors. It is going to be retiring the end of April. However, it will not last in stock until then. So if this is a color that you really like, I suggest you stock up now on getting those extras, more cardstock, the ink refill, that kind of stuff, so that you don't run out. All right, so I am going to take my mini cutter, and you can use whatever you have. I'm just going to line that up, cut that. And I already, when I was stamping, I brought my stamp all the way to the very bottom of my cardstock so that it was, I didn't have to trim the bottom off. All right, so there we go. Now this is tricky because there's not a lot of space between that. The R kind of swoops down there really close to the N. So we are going to be very careful, making sure we're kind of straight. I'm lining it up, and I'm gonna just put that down just a titch so that I can see where that blade is gonna hit, and slice. So if you take your time, we did not cut that. It was right on the edge. We did not cut that off because you can see that there is no white embossing powder there. So I did a pretty good job. And then of course, this is too long. So we are going to, now that we got that shorter, let's bring it down here, line it up. And then I'm just going to line that up here. Now I'm using my trimmer because it's easier to get a nice straight line. You can use whatever you want, whatever you've got on hand. And I think I want to bring that down just a titch more. So I'm lining it up, making sure that it's fairly even what's hanging off the edge there. And then we can actually take this just a bit more. I don't want it too big at the top of my card. So if you go slow, there we go. So there's gnome one better than you. All right, good with that. We're done with that. Collect all my little bits and scooch those in the garbage bin. All right, so that is done. So let's start coloring. So the colors I am using are light rich raspberry, dark fresh freesia, the number 900 is her skin, light crumb cake is her hat, the 500, this is the medium of the naturals blends, and then the dark daffodil, and then light old olive. That is for my leaves of my flowers. So let's get started here. We're going to come in with the dark fresh freesia, and that is going to be her little jumper here. So you have to be careful because her little braids are coming down. Oh, and I just colored the end of that braid. Okay, we'll have to fix that in a minute. And kind of just dot in. I was going a little rushed and colored that tail of her braid in. I don't think it'll show too much, but that's what the color lifter is for. Oh, and right there. And we're just going to layer this color on. Okay. I did not grab my color lifter, but it's right here. So we are just going to carefully, there. All right, so let's color her face, hands, and a little bit of her feet here that are showing through. You can build your color with your blends by going over it. Once it starts to dry, if you go over it, you don't want to do it too much or you'll end up with bleeding. But you can build your color to a deeper color in certain areas just by going over it. Because you can see her face here, I've got a little bit of shadow under at her chin, the bottom of her nose, her cheek. So we will come back at that. Her blouse is white. Her shoes are crumb cake, light. And we're going to build that color as well. And I'm going to apologize now in case Miss Maisie starts barking. I have some deliveries supposed to be coming today. And I'm not sure what time, but Miss Maisie does like to bark at that UPS driver. Said that it was out on the truck for delivery this morning, and it hasn't arrived yet, so fingers crossed it arrives after we're done here so that we don't have to listen to Miss Maisie barking. All right, so we're going to come back in here. And here. Come down here. And you can see the color difference now. It will sink down in as it dries, but you can tell that there is going to be a color difference. So I don't want it super dark. I just want a little bit. Come back on this side where those lines, where there would be that crease on her hat. So cute. And I love that this set is photopolymer so that we can see through it for layering up. Makes it so easy. All right, so let's take our dark fresh freesia and come back in on the sides. And I want the bottom of her little jumper to be darker. here. There we go. That looks good. So there is a bit of tonal difference. All right, so her flower is light rich raspberry, which is like a next step darker than the fresh freesia. And I'll come back in with that in a minute to darken that up a bit. Let's come back in and darken. I want under her, where the sleeve is, and then under her nose here, we're just gonna, her little cheeky, we're gonna give her a little bit of a rosy cheek, and then just slightly at the very bottom. And that's gonna be good. Now let's do her hair. Hello, Cindy from Pennsylvania. Thank you. Let's zoom in a bit more. When I saw this paper, I thought, oh my goodness, I can totally see the gnome on it. And I just pulled the colors from the paper to color my gnome. I love that we have that coordination with Stampin' Up. And she is so cute. I'm not talking much when I'm coloring. I'm concentrating. I don't want to mess up. Oh, I forgot the tails on this. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, we're going to give that a moment. And we're going to come in because I want to add some more layers of color to her pony, her braids there. So we are going to come in and make sure that this is raspberry. Yes, light, rich raspberry. We're going to come in and just dot at the center, towards the center, to get that flower a little bit deeper. We're going to come in. I really want to rush fast with this, and I know if I do, I'll make a giant mess. So do you have this gnome set? Have you done anything with it yet? I've seen quite a few of the gnome with the heart. This girl, she's the first one that I have played with. I haven't done anything else yet. I know I will do some gnomes with the heart. Be great for Valentine's. Or thank yous. Be great for a thank you card, I think. And I'm just using the light Old Olive because I don't want it too dark. And again, I picked my color from the paper, the designer series paper that I got for free. And who doesn't love free? All right, so our inside is all colored. So let's take that and put it here. on the inside of the card. So we have some bright and fun prettiness on the inside. Okay. Now, we've given this a moment, so let's come back and we're just going to build our color by going over those lines that the artist that created this stamp added in, because that's going to give us that light and dark for her hair, building that color. So it's just not all one solid shade. Oh my, she's so cute. And I think I want a bit more of that raspberry on here. And I want to come in on her dress, her little jumper here. And just add that little bit more so that the center is lighter. And there we have her, and you can see the difference there. You can see that little line of the light in the middle. That's exactly what I wanted. And I could come back in here and darken up the bottom of her shoes just that little bit more. Just like that. For the soles of her shoes. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my, let's zoom out, boho blue. This is the new Stampin' Cut Emboss machine that you can, let me fold that back up. You can choose this as part of your starter kit when you join the Stampin' Up community. This is one of the 3 different options that you can choose. So I haven't used this yet. So today is the perfect day. So it comes with all your plates. And boho blue, this is this is a sneak peek of the new in colors that are coming. So we need the 1 and the 2 2s. It also has the embossing and the thicker embossing and the regular embossing folders. So, hello, Marilyn. Oh, your toddler's running around. Yeah, it's not a great day to be outside. It's, you know, so inside it is. And Cindy, you have the gnome set, but you haven't done anything with it. You're finishing birthday cards with the best day stamp set. I have that, and I haven't used that yet either. That fat cat is adorable. I'm just going to pull this towards me for a second so that I can see. And as we don't have a magnetic plate for this, I am using my tape, my purple tape, to hold it in place. There we go. So she is taped down, and let's line that up and crank it through. The mini Stampin' Cut Emboss, I have the regular white one. It is so easy to use for taking it different places you might be going. If you're going to a crop or something like that, going on holidays and you have limited space, packs up so nice. You just can't use the big embossing folders and the really big dies with it is all. All right, and there she is, die cut out. So let's bring back our regular, or our already created. So this is the Sweet Sorbet metallic ribbon. It looks lovely. I think it really blends in nicely with this flower, especially here. So I thought, let's pull that in as well. And I'm also going to be using some of the 2021-23 in color opal rounds, the fresh freesia ones here. So we are going to take our seal, Stampin' Seal. I like to use this. I find it makes it so much easier to hold my ribbon and twine in place as I adjust. All right, so, okay. So we need to flip you this way. Oh, and there's a hair on there. I'm making like a faux bow. I don't want to tie, and I just need to make sure. I always have to look. I want it the other way. So it's going to go this way. Right? Yes. All right. Do you guys talk to yourself when you craft? I do. Oh dear. My family makes fun of me. I always say to them, you know, leave me alone. Just worry if I start answering back in some weird voice. And there, see how easy that was, except now. And when you've got your adhesive on there, you can lift that up and adjust it. Another reason why I love it. So we're just gonna snip that. And there is our faux bow on there. We can trim those tails in a minute. So we're gonna throw those on there, covering up that adhesive. And we need a couple or so on here. Now, Celebration is only once now. It's not twice. So be aware of that. It's only January to February 28th. And the mini catalog is only till May the 1st. Last year's went till the end of, oh, I forgot this guy. Last year's went till June. Well, they're not doing that this year, so it's only till May 1st. So we have 2 months less with it. So be aware of that for when you want to purchase anything. If there's something that you really, really do like, I would suggest you get it sooner rather than later, because we don't want things to be sold out and then you be upset that you missed out. So this is going to go all the way over to the side here. So what I did was I put this one on first, because then I could judge where I wanted to put my gnome. And I'm reaching for, where are my tweezers? I don't see them in here. I'm looking for my reverse tweezers, and I must have them in the other room because I'm not seeing them. I find it easier to, oh, there they are. They sunk way down. All right. I find it easier to use my reverse tweezers. These are from the Embossing Additions Toolkit. So it gets my hands out of the way so that I want this daisy here to show. So I am lining it up all the way over to the side here and letting go. And there. Now I can snip and snip. So now I know where I can put my gnome. Makes it just that little bit easier. If you're not getting your hand in here trying to visualize, if you've got your tweezers, and then you can see more of the area that you are working in. And she's gonna go, she needs to be just trying to center her as best as possible. There we go. And then our little, come on, get off of there. Our little theirs, same deal. I'm gonna lift that up and take my tweezers. I love these tweezers. I wish Stampin' Up! Would sell them just by themselves so that I could have a couple pairs. So if I misplace one, I've always got an extra. So I'm doing the exact same thing, lining this up, laying it so that it's straight on here. And bring that up slightly. There. Whoop, stick. Oh, you need to come over just a bit more. I know I'm being piddly. I am persnickety. There. Lift that up to make sure it's straight. And then the final thing to do is add some of these pretty gems. And I like to use glue to adhere those gems even better. And again, this is the fresh freesia out of those. Let's coordinate as best we can with our ribbons and embellishments. It certainly makes me happy to have all this stuff matchy-matchy. And there is a little foily thing there. And I use my Take Your Pick tool, except it's sticking to my fingers. Come on. It's sticking to my Take Your Pick tool so that I can lift it up and put it down. And then a smaller one here, and then another bigger one right up here by her hat. Oh, she's so cute. All right. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining. You and Marina are playing today. Oh, how fun. It is the perfect day to play. All right. So this is today's card. My original is a slightly darker in the hat and the face. I added a bit more color, but you can do whatever you want. I love that with the blends. Our inside, just a lovely, lovely little card. Love this stamp set. Okay, so if you are in Canada and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you currently work with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. Please use this month's host code if you are shopping in my online store. If you would like a catalog, if you don't have a catalog and would like me to send you one, please reach out. This is my email right there. I'd be happy to send you one anywhere in Canada. so that you can have one of these beautiful catalogs to look through, inspire. There are so many beautiful layouts and designs in there that you can look at and then just customize it to the products that you have on hand. All right, that is all for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, so have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you Monday morning at 11 a.m. And here is UPS. Perfect timing. All right. Thanks again. And we will see you later. Bye for now.